15th time we've done this to honor people who have shared their stories and their passion and their wit and their intellect to advance the task we share, inspiring others to create a world without hatred. We ask people to erase hate, and it's a useful way of describing the task, to remove hatred from our lives entirely. But hatred is not this stray pencil mark you can just easily rub away. In this increasingly polarized and contentious climate, hatred seems to me more like a mountain, some angry colossus that rose up in our path. This mountain of hatred and incivility and discrimination and bigotry, it's standing in all of our way. We cannot just leave it to slowly erode. By itself, it's not going to just get better. And time is not our friend. Our time together is so short. Our young people get one childhood, one, now. If we're going to give them one that lives up to our values, we have to do that now. Victims of bullying are losing hope every day. Parents are dying by the hour, unreconciled to their LGBTQ kids. Every 90 minutes, a reported hate crime takes place in this country, and so do another estimated 2,700 unreported ones. This work can't wait. Last year, we celebrated how far our equality had advanced. Our adversaries noticed, and they proved effective at exploiting fear and ignorance about who and what we are. They've cynically exploited our nation's proud heritage of religious freedom and diversity in order to justify the pettiest forms of discrimination. They've overruled and disempowered cities in their own states for daring to pass landmark civil rights protections. They've cruelly targeted and ridiculed transgender Americans, ordering them into the wrong restrooms and endangering their lives. And then on July 12th in Orlando, Florida, our community suffered a blow like it has never suffered before. The attacks at Pulse nightclub, I dare say, left all of us thunderstruck. 49 precious lives destroyed wantonly. Countless others shattered or diverted forever. We suffered the deadliest mass shooting in the history of this country, right there in one of our community's safe places that was full of young people celebrating together what so many of us have been denied for so long, their joy. Pulse and Orlando are words that will join Stonewall and Laramie and Selma and Jasper on a roster of injustices we would like to bring to an end. But it was more than just a mass murder. It was an attack on our community's soul, on its ability to feel hope. So, how do you respond to this kind of hatred? We believe you follow Dennis and Judy's example. We believe you seize every opportunity to stop these tragedies from ever wounding another family, another city, and another generation. And then we get up and we go out every day looking for our personal chance to make a difference. We respond to cruelty with kindness and not escalation. We answer anger with patience and with resolve. We do that by participating in, not tearing down, our public discourse. And then we keep on doing it. After their unspeakable loss, the shepherds answered the public's call. They worked to craft laws to contain and repair the damage that hate crimes are doing to our country. But while successful, passing the laws is not the goal. Because while we now have tools to deliver justice in these cases, we don't yet have those tools in the hands of everybody who's victimized or all of those who are sworn to protect them. The foundation has distinguished itself this year in our work with lawmakers, with police, with fellow minority communities, urging all of us together to rededicate ourselves to stopping bias-motivated violence. We've reached out through local coalitions to some of the 2/3 of hate crime victims who never report their crimes. We've conducted academic research exploring why 1 in 5 police departments don't provide any reports from their jurisdictions and why even more of them submit faulty data. We put a spotlight on the dozens of states that lack hate crime laws altogether or omit our community from their protections. And we've trained police and prosecutors all over the country on how to investigate and solve these crimes, and we believe prevent them. Hate crimes can only be stopped if we understand where and when and why they occur. Consider this. In a little more than a year, the FBI will release the 2016 hate crimes report. Those 49 homicides in Orlando are probably not going to be on that list. I spoke to the director of the LGBT Center in Orlando last month. He reported to colleagues there that there's no doubt whatsoever in his community that the attack on Pulse was targeted out of hatred, but the attacker's dead, and the evidence he left behind was thin and vague. And so one Friday this summer, the FBI quietly announced that it wasn't going to conclusively label that attack either a hate crime or an authentic terrorist attack. What our common sense tells us, our legal system sometimes dispels. But this is why this foundation is still so necessary. We once again have this moment that is crying out for our voice to help teach our kids and one another how corrosive and destructive hatred is, and that we have to embrace diversity. We have to value other people's lives enough to protect them from these known dangers. And hate crimes are rising alarmingly this year for Hispanic people, for Muslim people, for Jewish people. We're all part of the same struggle, and we're all looking for the same solution. We've come a very long way since that night in Laramie 18 years ago. And this organization and its founders have taken a message of love and hope worldwide. We're leading the emergence of conversations about equal rights in schools, in workplaces, in our courthouses, our police stations, embassies and consulates abroad. What we're doing is we're giving people who maybe felt like they never fit in anywhere a voice. That's what this foundation does. We get on with it. We stick to it. We persevere. And we're going to go over that mountain of hatred, or we're going to go under it, or we're going to go around it, or we're going to tunnel straight through it, as long as it's going forward. Thank you. We have a lot of trailblazers who are ahead of us on this path, whom we honor, and they left a course mapped out for us. And if we follow through, we're going to ease the journey of those who are yet to come, future activists and members of this community, people whom we hope will know us as a memory from a time when people did what needed to be done. And tonight, we're those people. And tonight, we're going to help earn our reputation. Thank you very much.